Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Amanda and today we are here with a CRICUT tutorial, or CRICUT, however you want to say it. Anyway, it doesn't matter how you say it. If you have one of these machines that I have behind me, the yellow one, then you will probably be a little bit confused if you've just gotten it. I spent hours and hours, possibly even days, looking at loads of different tutorials on how to work this, how to get it to work for me, and how to do troubleshoots and things like that. I had so many issues with it cutting too deep and not lining up properly. The calibration thing was really off, so I watched a bunch of tutorials and it took me hours to figure it out. So hopefully this video is not going to be hours long, but it's still going to show you everything that you need to know to get started with CRICUT. I'm not going to bore you with all of the speed paints of the stickers that I am going to create today. I am literally just going to show you how the machine works with those stickers. If you want to see the speed paints, I'm actually going to put them on my Amino page. If you want to follow me on Amino, I do post extra speed paint videos over there because I think the dynamic of Amino is better for speed paints than what YouTube is. I'm going to come over to my workstation where my CRICUT is and my computer so that I can show you what I do and how I can get the best results straight off the bat without watching hundreds of tutorial videos. So let's get started. So now I'm going to talk briefly about papers. I have two types of papers. So in this beautiful package we have the paper that I use right now. It is, I don't actually know what it is, but I don't recommend it anyway, but I'll pop up a picture of what it looks like and what the name is so that you can avoid it. I mean, it's decent paper. It's okay. It has a yellow backing, which I am not a fan of. I mean, it's fine, but it just doesn't look that professional to me for you to have a sticker sheet and then to have the yellow backing. Here is an example of a sticker sheet that I have made in the past. It still looks pretty cute, it's still professional looking-ish, but when you turn to the back it's just like, oh, it's yellow, you know what I mean? Whereas, I'll show you an example of Catnip's sticker paper. This is hers, and she has her professional logo design on the back, which is pretty cool. I like that idea. But her sticker paper is lovely. It feels soft. This one actually feels more papery than this one, so I think she's upgraded her paper or changed it. This feels more glossy than this one. This feels a little bit more matte, because this one feels like mine. It's the same feeling. And you can see how yellow mine is compared to hers. So finding the right sticker paper for you is essential, but we can still go through these steps with your sticker paper. It will be the same. Obviously the settings will be different, but it's the same concept and the same sort of thing. The other paper that I have is this, and it's 100 sheets of universal labels by Raymond. Raymond Stationery is obviously a stationery store here in the UK, and this was really cheap. I think it was £12 for 100 sheets, which is awesome. I think the other one was £10.99 for 100 sheets. Because this one's a little bit damaged, we will be using this one as our test. One piece of paper is all you're going to need for this test. So that's the paper that I'm talking about today, just because I haven't found my paper that I want to use. Once I do find it, I will share that information with you if you like the look of the quality, because it is really hard to know what papers feel good unless obviously you try them yourself or you try different people's papers. I am tempted to ask Catnip what this is, but I'm pretty sure it's probably online labels, and that's really expensive for a startup business, so I will see about that later. Now we're going to go onto my actual computer and into design space so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so now we are in the design space thing, and I have projects here. The setup for the CRICUT is pretty simple. It walks you through that, so I'm not going to do the tutorial for that. But once you have your new CRICUT set up, the first thing that you're going to want to do is do a calibration test, because it doesn't really indicate that you need to do that, but you need to calibrate it to your printer, and then it will obviously go through the steps with you to do that. If you have an instance where even though you've went through the calibration and the cut's still not quite right, for example, mine was still cutting far too far up and to the right, I lied to the machine and told the calibration that the cut was down one from the horizontal cut and across one to the left on the vertical cut, and now it cuts perfect. So now that that's done, we're going to do the paper test. I'm going to do this test with this sheet of paper from Raymond Stationery, just because I know what the other one is, and if I ever want to use this one, I want this one to be done right too. We are going to put this on the machine mat. Perfectly like so. Okay, the next thing you want to do is, once you've got your piece of paper all sorted out, you're going to go new project. So I'm going to get a circle, and I am just going to size it down so that it's inside this box right here. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's only a test. Okay, so now that that circle is there, we are going to click make it. The material size is A4, so that's A4. And I am going to press the continue button. So now I have my favourites here. I've got sticky note, sticky paper and evergreen goods. Evergreen goods is the other paper that I showed you in the beginning that I didn't know the name of. So we are actually going to just do it with the sticker paper, or sticky note setting is actually a really good one. So we're going to see if we can do this with this setting. So it's gonna cut, and it's gonna take less than 10 seconds, less than 3 seconds, and it's done now. I'll unload it. If we try and peel this sticker off as a sticker sheet, it's cut right through the paper. Can you see that? So it's almost perfectly cut right through the paper. We don't want that, so we're going to stick this back in the right way up, would help. We're going to finish that, and I am going to just duplicate this and move it over a bit. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Then we're going to go to make it, and it's going to have the 2 dots there. So it is going to cut this first dot, but it's also going to cut the second dot. We're going to change it to A4, and we are going to go continue, let it do its thing, browse all materials, material settings, and we are going to go to add new material, and we're going to call this Raymond Labels. I'm going to save that, and then this will pop up. So it's at 175 just now. It didn't cut at 100, so we're going to move it up in increments by 20. So I'm going to cut it again at 20. So we're going to find the paper again. Can we search for it? Raymond. Here we go, Raymond Labels, and we're going to favourite that so that we can find it. So that's done now. We're going to cut it again and press go. Oh, it's actually okay. See this? It's ripping a little bit, so we need to go a little bit less than that. Sorry, a little bit more. Because it's just a tiny little bit more that we need, we're just going to put it up a little bit. I'm going to duplicate this again and move it over so that we can have room, and I'm actually going to move it down a little bit so that it doesn't hit that line. And then we are going to go to make it, and A4, continue, all the same stuff. We're going to go to browse all materials again because we want to change the material settings. So we're going to go back to material settings, and we're going to find Raymond Labels, which is here. So we want it to go deeper a little bit more. So I'm going to put it up to 125. We're going to save that, and we're going to click off this, and we're going to use Raymond Labels again, and then we're going to load it once more. There we go. So as you can see, it's still ripping a little bit, not as much as it was before, but we don't want it to rip, we want it to have a clean cut. So we're going to have to do that again. So see that? It's ripping all the way through. So 130 is too much, but 125 is not enough. So we need to go in between there. And we have it at 127, and it's slightly ripping still. So I'm betting that 128 is the perfect consistency for this. Let's just stick that back back down. You got this. You got it. Come on. So, moment of truth, hopefully last one. We're going to peel it off. And it peels off perfectly like a sticker. So 128 is the same as Evergreen Goods, but we're just going to keep them separate anyway, just so we know what ones we're cutting on and what ones we're not. So now we can actually try and make our stickers. Now that that is done, I am going to go into the stickers, the actual making of the stickers. So I made mine on Procreate. I have a few issues with my stickers that I need to fix, but that's not the point. They're good enough to show this. I made them on Procreate and then I imported them to my computer. I sent them over to my computer so that I could go into Clip Studio Paint, which is the program that I use. So I'm going to open up a new canvas, and it's going to be a 5x7 canvas, and it's going to be 300 resolution. If you don't have it 300 resolution, it's not going to work very well. So I'm going to import my images, and I have them all in my downloads folder here. I'll tell you the issues that I have decided is an issue. One, when I drew this one, it was on a different canvas, so the canvas wasn't actually a very good resolution. And then two, I don't think the colours are cohesive enough, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. I'm just resizing them so that they're smaller and closer to sticker size. Now, before I imported these, I took away the background layer and put a stroke around them. So as you can see, there's a white stroke around the stickers, but there's no white background, fully square background. So they're like little stickers, which is cute. I'm just going to resize them to a size that I think is reasonable. And then I'm just going to arrange them all in a row. I'm happy with the sizing of the 4 of them separately just now, so I'm just gonna click off that. That's done. The other issue that I had is because the colours aren't consistent, so his hat in here is lighter than his hat here, which I don't like. The colour of his jacket is different from here, and I also gave him blue jeans instead of grey jeans, which is annoying, and I gave him black shoes instead of blue shoes like in that one. And then these two, he's wearing jammies. Obviously people and mice can have more than one pair of jammies, but I kind of want to keep it consistent, so I think I'm going to change his jammies from this blue colour to red and green, because I think it makes more sense in the illustration anyway, and that means that this blue will pop out a little bit more. But anyway, we are here to talk about the stickers. So after I have them all here, I am going to just press Control-C, or I think it's Command-C if you have a Mac, and then Control-V, and that copies the sticker. And then I'm going to use this little move tool to move the stickers along, and then just do that for all of the stickers. Now, as you can see here, you can only fit 3 along each, and these ones are a little bit crowded, so I'm going to rearrange them. I'm going to first of all select them all, and then I am going to rasterize them all so that I can work with them a little bit easier. And then I'm going to select them all again, and hopefully, yeah. And then I'm just going to move them a little bit and shrink them a little bit as well, so that I can fit 4 on each row, and so that they're a little bit more centered. I don't want to put them all in one layer just yet, because I want to keep them separated, and they're all untitled, so just to find out what one I'm working with, I can just hide them and look at them again. Now this one isn't going to fit here again, so I'm going to get these and resize them all together so that I can fit 4 in there, and then just click off that, copy and paste it again. Can I fit another one on there? Yeah. So I've got 5 of those. I'm going to select all of these ones together and move them down. Oh. I have 3 extras of those, so I'll just delete them. So now they're kind of in the middle. There is still a lot of space though. So I'm thinking that I'm going to select them all again and move them all up the way. And then I'm going to copy and paste my favourite one and just put another row of those. This is my favourite one because he's like chowing down on chocolate and it's great. So there we have it. It's not the best lined up, but I will probably line them up a little bit better when I do the official sticker sheet. This is just to show you, like I said. Now I'm going to select everything and I'm going to merge those layers together. Merge selected layers. So now when you move them, they all move as one without having to select them all individually and stuff like that. I'm going to leave them in the middle there. So now we're going to work on the background. I'm going to bring this paper up again and I'm going to hit new layer, and then I am going to put a little border here. Now I'm actually going to hide that paper just so I can see where we are at. The border is enough space away from there, which I'm happy about. The other thing that I'm going to do is I am going to pick a colour for my border, and since this is a holiday kind of sticker sheet, I'm going to colour pick, I'm going to colour pick the red. Don't worry that it's pixelated here, it's fine, so that I can use that colour as my border. And I'm just going to fill that space in there, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to deselect that and add the title. So the title is going to be, I'm just going to call it Salads Holiday, I think. And I want that right in to be white. I'm using Little Miss Press just because that's my fave, but I will write this myself when I make the final version. So it's called Salads Holiday just now, just because that's as creative as I can get at this time in the morning. So we are going to just resize that and roughly put it in the middle there. Okay, then the other thing that I do is I call it something like a number or whatever. I don't know why I do this because I don't think I'll be making that much stickers, but I'm going to call this SH, change it to white first. I'm going to call this SH001 with a little dash in between. It just stands for Salads Holiday 001, and I'm going to position this in here. You can get rulers and stuff to make sure that you're lining it up properly, but I just eyeball it. And then another thing that I'm going to write is ALLJArt. Change that to white because it keeps going back to red for some reason. And then down the bottom there's a little space here that is not occupied by a banner or stickers. I'm going to get this again and I'm going to change it to black, and I'm just going to write my website address. I'm actually going to put it in capitals because it looks weird with that writing if it's not in capitals. So there's the website. So I'm going to shrink it down so that it's small. So then if I put the white back on, you can see it's really small. It doesn't get in the way and it looks perfectly fine. So after we've done that, I am going to raise that up like that, and I'm going to merge all of these layers together so that the backing is one layer and the stickers is another layer. I'm going to hide the sticker sheet layer and I'm going to save this as, and it's in CRICUT stickers and it's got to be a PNG file. So I have saved it as a sticker sheet like this. So we're going to go to salads, we're going to call it Salads Christmas Backing, and I want to overwrite that, yes, and we're going to save the other one. So we're going to hide this and view the sticker part and save as Salads Christmas Holiday. Now we've done that, we can exit that and open design space. And as you can see, I've already got one here, but I'm going to add a new project, and then we're going to upload, go to upload image, browse, and we're going to upload salads backing, go to complex, click continue, and it should come up like this. You just check it to make sure that it looks okay, and you go continue again. And you're going to save it as a print then cut image. It's already saved it as whatever you saved it in the other file, and you can put tags. So I'm going to put salad and Christmas, because those are the two tags that relate to that. save it, upload another image, and I'm going to upload salads, stickers, complex, and it's here. It looks all good to me. I'm going to go continue. Save as a print and cut image, save, and then we'll have 2 stickers here. So I'm going to select both of them and click insert images, and apparently a error happened when we loaded the stickers. There we go. So they're now loaded, and I'm going to just line it up perfectly with this bottom one here at either side. Make sure it looks good and I like where it is, which I do. Actually, no I don't. I'm going to move it over a little bit just to make sure that it's not going to touch the edges of the paper when it prints out. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to select these 2, and you could just print them with one sticker sheet, just one sheet on one piece of paper, but to save paper we are going to get 2 of them. So I'm actually going to turn this around, rotate it, but I don't want to do it like that. To make sure that it rotates completely like I want to do it, I'm just going to put 90 degrees in here so that it's completely straight, because otherwise if you put 90.1 it's going to cut wrong. So then I'm going to just line these up like so, and I'm going to copy and paste them and then line them up again. I'm going to make sure that they're a little bit apart because sometimes it prints weird. So now those are lined up, I want to go over to this layers panel here, and I want to make sure that I flatten these. The only reason that you want to flatten these is because you didn't do it in Photoshop or whatever program you were using before. So I'm going to select both of them by pressing Shift and clicking on them and flatten them. You only want to flatten the stickers together and the backings together. You do not want to flatten these 2 together. And then I'm going to put that at the bottom because then you can see the stickers still. So this is one image and this is one image so that you can see where that is there. Okay, so now because CRICUT space isn't all that fancy and technical yet, you can only print up to a certain size. So it needs to be 6 by 9 or something, but the highest it can go for height is 9. So you just type in 9 there, press enter, and it will automatically resize. So when you select them all, it will have the 9 inches here. The next thing that you want to do is copy or duplicate the backing layer and drag them all down so that you can have them at the bottom underneath this, and you want to do this 5 times. So you want to duplicate it 5 times so that you have 5 different backing files. You can see them all lining up there, and then you want to copy your first one, so whichever one is lined up with the stickers properly, you want to copy the position of that. So we're going to copy it and we're going to paste it up here into the position of the next one, press enter, and do the same for all 5 of them. Just want to copy and paste the X-axis position of all of the sticker backings, like so. And then you want to go to the Y-axis and do the same. So now you should have 5 backings on here and 1 sticker sheet. The next thing you want to do is select everything on there. I've just selected it by clicking and dragging it to select them all, and you want to attach these files down here at the bottom. You don't want to flatten them, you don't want to weld them, you don't want to slice them, you just want to attach them. So now that we have that done, we can actually go ahead and make this. But first of all, you want to save it so that you know that that is the project, and if you ever want to print them again, then you can go back to the save file and just make it completely. You don't have to go through all those other steps again. So I'm going to call this Salads Christmas. So it will save as Salads Christmas, and now we can go on to make it. It doesn't let you change this from letter to A4, even though my material is A4. It doesn't matter though, it's fine. I'm just going to continue that. And now we can send this to the printer so that it prints on our sticker paper. I just turned my CRICUT on because I usually have issues with that, so I wanted to make sure it was working. But I'm going to send it to the printer first, and we're going to turn add bleed off because you have the white strokes, so that's fine, you don't need that. And you want to, if you want to use your own printer settings and not let CRICUT choose, then you can switch this toggle and it says use system dialog, and it says important after clicking print, your print dialog may appear behind your design space. So you print, and then my thing will come up here, and I'm using the XP900 series, and I am going to go to preferences so that I can pick whatever I need. The paper source is cassette, it is A4, the orientation is portrait, that's good. We've got plain papers, but I am going to change it to Epson matte. Even though I'm not using that paper in particular, I want to make sure that I click that so that it gives me really good quality. Oh, this could be good, but we're using matte paper, so no. I can't change it from standard though, so that really annoys me, but I mean, you can change this to high and more settings. I haven't really figured out the thing, so yeah, maybe we'll try this. We'll try quality and see what happens. This is just a test anyway, so you can fiddle around with your printing settings and making sure that it's good, but if you want to do this, I would recommend it doing on plain paper, on printer paper, so that you can get the colours and the adjustments right, and then try and print it on your sticker paper so you don't waste as much paper, although it might print out differently on plain paper compared to your sticker paper. But anyway, then I think it's all good to go. It's fine. I can show these settings on the side. We can go to more options and pick all these things, but I think that it's all good. Looks all good to me. I'm going to click high speed off because I don't really care for that option. Colour correction, I'm just going to leave it at automatic. I used to turn it off, but it's better to leave it on. So we're going to click OK, and I'm going to click print, and it's going to print the stickers. The stickers are complete, and because we cut round about the edges 5 times, it should be perfect to come off. So I'm just going to remove them real quick, and here they are. Now this paper is rubbish. I'm going to get better paper, thicker paper, but if we just peel them off, they peel off perfectly like stickers, and they are super cute. I can't focus that. It won't focus because I'm using a webcam, but yeah, they come off perfectly like so, and they look like really cute stickers. This is gross and I want a new one, but there's the stickers on my iPad. My iPad is a 12.9 inch, so it's huge, but yeah, these are cute little stickers for your everyday needs. Sorry about the background, I know it's a bit rubbish, but anyway, I hope that this video gave you some tips on how to cut your stickers a little bit better and how to use your machine, and I hope that you make your own creations. And if you want to see any more of my videos, I have some playlists for you to click here, and I also have my shop if you want to buy my stickers. I will be redesigning these stickers that you've seen a little bit and putting them on my shop just in time for Christmas if you want those, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.